the Houston Oilers. And we are underway from Houston. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Hey, 66. Strip.
Now a play fake. Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Elliott is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On play action, now Brady. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That let the defense create a little chaos up front and set up one of their guys to make a play and get through and record the sack.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Buffalo 18!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught at the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And give him a gain of 37. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Third down, here's McCaffrey. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Back to throw here. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tyler Conklin from 8 yards out. And the Oilers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead now moves to 9-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 9-7 our score. The The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Regular. Oh, damn it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he's unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deebo Samuel, a 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their... Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick six in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, and they'll accept that penalty. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From the 16, Brady powers through him. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st down, Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw again on second down, Brady. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Brady going to go on fourth down. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Play action. Now it's Brady. This one caught. It's the tight end Hockenson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now Elliott. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ezekiel Elliott. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So what can Brady do here as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll drop to throw. Open man here is Conklin. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here we go.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. So after the INT, it's Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Hey, Alabama. 72. Win now. Shadow.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. They'll go underneath here to Stevenson. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Hey, second. Ozzie.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Brady to throw again. Looking and finding Shepard on the crossing route. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. They'll try and throw for it here. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Brady now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now he'll try to run with this. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. On play action, they'll throw. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back near his goal line. Here's Brady. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Set to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. They're quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deebo Samuel, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Oilers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Wait, set.
10th carry now for Elliott. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Past the 20. 5 touchdown. New Orleans. Mike Evans. 48 yards. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance to be. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now a play fake. Brady. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And now off to the races, down the right side. Trotting. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a fourth-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, New Orleans. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Brady will look to throw for it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Hold it ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Hey, ball 66. Alert. Package.
On first down, Brady. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Hey, 66. Alpha. No, 60. Regular. Hey.
One final try now for Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this